Let's call this June 17th meeting of the Local Officers Compensation Commission meeting to order. Christopher, would you be willing to call the roll?
Commissioner Harwood.
Here.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Here.
Commissioner Pressel.
Here.
Commissioner Haran.
Here.
And Commissioner Weiner.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All present, thank you. Approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda? Everyone should have a copy. Roger, so moved. Second, Shoshana. Any discussion? If not, all in favor of the agenda as presented, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda is approved. Now open it up to public comment, up to 3 minutes per speaker. Anyone from the public that would like to address us at this time? Seeing no one, public comment is closed. On to approval of the minutes of our June 10th, 2019 meeting. Move to approve. And a second by Roger, thank you. Any discussion? If not, all in favor of the minutes of June 10th as presented, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The minutes are approved. On to the main event, commission business, resolution to determine salaries of the mayor and city council members for fiscal year 2021 and fiscal year 2022. Christopher, would you be willing to begin by giving us a little bit of context about why we are meeting again and what our choices are?
Yes, so at the previous meeting, there was direction given to prepare the resolution with the council members' salaries at 50% of the mayor's. I prepared the draft to set the salaries to 50% of the mayor's for the current year and then apply the cost of living increase. There's a subsequent question about whether that was the correct way to do it, or whether the mayor's salary should be set and then the council member's salary is set to 50% of the mayor's salary. And so I prepared this alternate form of the resolution, doing it that way. Conceptually, it should be the same except for the rounding error, so you'll notice that there's 10 cents difference in this one. But I think it was more a question of what the commission was trying to say in terms of setting the salaries. So I will happy to answer any other questions you may have.
So you should all have a copy of an alternate form of resolution in track changes that Christopher provided that shows the proposed change in language if we were to go that route. So discussion of the alternate or in general, comments?
So I will take responsibility for the fact that you all are here today because, to my knowledge, I was the only person who raised any concerns about the initial resolution. And I apologize to those of you who were inconvenienced by having to come back a second time. The two concerns that I had, and the first one was more conceptual, but the second one, when I double-checked the math, was a math error, was what message are we trying to send? We had a discussion last time at which I believe it was Shoshana correctly said, you know, as long as we stay on top of what's been done up until now, there's probably no reason for us to even worry ourselves about whether we should be meeting more often than every other year that's statutorily required. And I took that to heart because I thought, you know, we're all appointed for a period of 7 years. If we finish out those 7 years and we keep track of what's happened before, we can kind of keep the ball rolling. Even if we decide to change direction every couple of years or so, we at least have some corporate memory. And I felt that the message that we were trying to send was specifically that whatever the mayor's salary gets set at, we will have the council members get paid no less than 50% of that. And even though the difference in calculation is essentially the same, when you take the form of the first resolution as it was drafted, what we have is a breakout where the mayor gets X and then everybody else gets, their 50% gets determined by the same percentage calculation. And that was a point that I felt also that Roger had made, that if we're going to go for an amount, we almost have to choose between that and the percentage, by percentage increase, okay? The other thing, though, was, and this is unfortunate, but it was at least a penny off and a penny less. So there is this I'm sorry, there is the stickler in me that says if we're going to say that they're not going to be paid less than 50%, that means even to the penny. Because it would have been very easy to say, oh, it's close enough, let's forget about it, nobody's going to do the math. But I felt like if we felt strongly enough that this is a policy statement that we're making, then we want to have it be as accurate and to the penny as possible. So I did muse out loud to Christopher that maybe you might all rescind your invitation for me to re-sign up, but, so that's my 5 cents.
Is it
It's
5 cents?
actually 10 cents.
10 cents. Actually, it's 11 cents, isn't it?
10, because it's the 10 council members, the mayor's stayed the same.
So it sounds like what you had initially was cost of living increase for the mayor, do that calculation, and then the council members make 50% of whatever that final number is for the mayor, or no less than that.
Yes.
Are we all in agreement on that?
Yes.
Does anyone have any other thoughts of doing the math the other way?
The math the other way, if I did it correctly, works out to be the same except for that initial difference. So
Right.
that you're still increasing the percentage, the same amount each year for both parties. So the difference should stay the same throughout.
So the
if I
philosophy
did
is
that
still
correct.
that if the council members' pay is anchored towards the mayor's, then we want to make sure the mayor gets an increase based on cost of living, the union increases, et cetera, that calculation. And then, once that is done, attach councils to that.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Which is the revision, I believe, that we're reading here.
Correct, correct.
Yes. And I'm fine with that. I think.
Okay.
I think
Use
it's.
the
yep.
formula to figure out the mayor's salary, take half of it, round up the penny, and then we're good.
That works for me.
So I'm
Does that work?
fine with the way it's written right now.
The alternate.
The alternate.
The alternate.
Yes,
Does that make sense for what you were?
Yeah, I was just saying that I don't think substantially the money changes at all really, so it's fine with me to make the change.
I think the alternate version is better insofar as it is clearer, kind of from a policy perspective of that direct link, 50% of mayor's salary,
Yes.
after incorporating the cost of living adjustment. So I kind of liked it in that it's cleaner and provides a clearer policy statement of that 50% ratio. So are we to the point that someone is willing to move the alternate form of resolution?
I move the alternate form of resolution that we adopted.
And Roger,
I support.
second? Any further discussion of the updated resolution as presented?
Chris, do you need any other clarification from us on this?
Nope, if this is the final form we're going to have, then I think we're good.
Okay. Thanks for asking that. Okay, if no other comments, all in favor of the motion as presented, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Any further communications?
Yes, I would like to give a shout out to Chris for how diligently he's worked on this and how much he's helped us. Really appreciate it, thank you.
And thank you all for taking this time every 2 years. We do this and getting back up to speed.
Excellent. On a 3-2 vote, Christopher is thanked.
Oh, I think we can make it unanimous.
We can make you names.
Okay. All right. Any further business? If not, the meeting of the Local Officers Compensation Commission is adjourned. Thank you.